Okay, so how we're going to format today's session, Kareem, is essentially, well, obviously I'm going to do my overview now. I'm going to help you with the coding project, and then afterwards, if you'd like to, we can go over substrings, where essentially you're going to tell me what you know about substrings, and I can see where I can fill in some holes. In fact, with your particular question in the coding project, substrings are very important, so I believe you have a general idea of what they do. And then, as a closer, we're going to talk about midterm preparations, how best you can prepare for it. Because I believe Zach said yesterday it was on the 9th, right?
Yeah, I think that was like the last day or something. It's from the 6th to the 9th, I think.
I
Yeah.
see. Okay, so you have a pretty large window, so that's pretty good. Yeah. I definitely suggest taking it ahead of time in case you have some sort of error, but like take it when you will, in a sense. So, do you mind sharing your screen so that I can see where you're at in the code?
Okay, yeah, no problem. Okay, can you see it?
Yeah, give me a moment. Yes, I can. Yeah.
Okay, so um so I submitted it, right? And because I was
Yeah.
trying to see if this was all right because when I couldn't figure um find find and output the first name with switch characters, I wanted to check and see if what I did up here was right. But apparently it's not. They got all these errors and stuff, but it was able to show me what my expected output should be. So I guess I
Yes.
needed help with trying to figure out what I did wrong in here and then also
I
how
see.
to do this part. Yeah.
The switching. Okay. So, have you heard of something called concatenate?
No.
Okay. So, what concatenating does, it allows you to put two strings together,
Hmm.
um, two separate, like different strings in a sense. So, it allows you to put it together. So, let's see. Okay. Give me a second. What was the project of his name? I mean, what's the project's name?
Project 1B, I believe, for the first project.
Okay. Let's see. Because I want to get you. Does it ask you for like how many letters are in the name or no?
No.
Okay. So that's not going to help you. I'm just trying to find reference code so that I can help you a little bit quicker, or at least better in a certain sense. Um, all right. No, that's not it. Okay, that's a tad strange. It's probably there somewhere. Okay, so let's just take a look at your code either way. Um, let's see. So scroll down. So you already have, please enter your first name, please enter your last name. So what you're going to need to do is, because it's one thing, here, scroll down a little bit more and to
Like
the
that?
right. Yeah, and to the right. I just need to see. In fact, let me actually, what I can do is when I go to the actual what the actually one is a product. Um, Okay. So you already have please enter your first name, please enter your last name, right?
Right.
Okay. And they wanted it right next to each other. Do you have them right next to each other though, like that?
Let me
Okay, yeah, you do.
see.
So
Okay.
what you want right now, so you go down a little bit more. So let's just start from the top down. Because I know sometimes when you have so many errors like this, it can get a
Mhm.
little bit overwhelming. I completely understand, and it's reasonable to be overwhelmed. So let's start with the Hello Amy Jones part.
Okay.
So what you need to do is, okay, wait. Do a backslash n in the beginning, before the parentheses, before or after, I think. Uh, excuse me, not parentheses, the quotation mark. My bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Before the quotation mark, I believe that should work. And then see if it. Did you do it? Okay. Now scroll down, press submit. Let's see if that works. I may have accidentally confused, and it's maybe supposed to go inside the quotes. Okay, wait. Yeah, I think it's supposed to go inside the quotes. Yeah, my bad. Put
Okay.
it inside the quotes. Yeah, I had a feeling it's supposed to be inside. Yeah. Now let's try it. Hopefully that should work. Okay, there we go. So we got the first line. So hello, Amy Jones. Now scroll back up. Okay. So what you're going to want right now when you have, okay, so you know how you have string name and it's equal to first name plus last name?
Yeah.
So you don't want to use the entire string name. What you actually want to use is first name as a separate variable and last name as a separate variable. Because what you want is you want a space between the first name and the last name.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
what I believe you can do is, well, what do you think you should do? Actually, let me ask you that.
So okay. So I said string name equals first name. Should I just like do it for last name, but on a separate line, like right up under it?
Well, you don't actually need to do it because you've already declared the string first name and the string last name, so you're fine. You don't need to
Okay.
redeclare it, but because they're already separate variables. Think what you can do with the separate variables if you want a space between them.
Okay. Um. So we can leave it how it is, but you're saying that it needs to be spaced out.
Well, you need a space in between the first name and the last name.
Oh, okay. So, and we're talking about line 26, right?
In line 27, excuse me, in the system.out.printf, so in between
Oh, okay.
parentheses. Because what the problem is, what you're having right now is your string name. Actually, we could actually fix it for 26. You're actually right about that. Well, we try to. Uh,
Okay.
if you Let's experiment with this. On line 26, after the plus sign,
Hmm.
do a quotes and then click space.
I was just doing that. Tripping? Okay.
Wait, it may not work. Let's see. If
Yeah,
you click
because this
space, does it? It
double
doesn't let
quote.
you. Okay. Oh wait, I think it worked, didn't it?
Wait, are you
Close
able
the
to see that?
space.
Because it's showing like those double quotes. You see it?
What? Yeah, I see the double quotes, but I want you to click space in between the double quotes. And
Like
then
that?
yes, exactly like that. And then after the quotations, do a plus. Now scroll down or click submit.
Okay. Do I need to get rid of this plus as well?
No,
Or
no,
just
no, no,
keep
no, no. Keep that plus there. Okay. Just click
Okay.
submit. Okay. Excellent. So now we have hello Amy Jones. And it's spaced out there.
Okay.
We will You can clean it up a little bit more on your own time with like all the slashes and make sure you take out the exclamation point. So does that make sense though, how that worked?
Yeah.
Okay. So like what you have to remember about strings, if you'll scroll back up, is that especially you need to remember the spaces in between like certain things. Okay, no,
Uh-huh.
that wasn't very descriptive. Let me how should I describe this? Okay, so what you can do for strings, I think what I mean to say is concatenation. That idea, so you know how you did the space plus space?
Yeah.
Or well, you're supposed to do space with place, but it doesn't matter. It's fine. But when you do space plus space, that is basically concatenating. That means you're putting one string and you're adding it to another. So for example, if I'll type in the chat. So if you had, let's say for example, I had a string and it is like I have one string n and that's equal to, actually wait, I can show it to you. Do you mind if I share my screen?
Oh yeah, no problem. I can stop sharing.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll just share and then let me get Eclipse up and running. Have you gotten your IDE going yet?
Yes, I downloaded it and everything.
Okay. I would suggest because I know you already got that project on um the code checker thing already, but I would definitely suggest having it on the on Eclipse too, just
Okay.
in the event that something goes wrong. Okay, so we're gonna have a string. We are going to name it S. String S is equal to Kareem. Yeah. And then we'll have a string N is equal to, your last name's Muhammad?
Yes.
Okay, Muhammad. Okay. Now, if we do a sysout print line, sysout, and we just did S plus N, what do you think is going to come out?
Mm. Oh yeah, the first and last name.
Exactly, but what is it going to look like exactly?
Uh, hmm. It might be together because we didn't do the quotation marks with the plus.
Now, that's a good guess. Let's try it. Exactly. It's going to be, it's just going to put it all together like that.
Okay.
Exactly right. Now, if we wanted to put a space in there, we'd have to concatenate it. So space plus space, and then let's try play it again. There you go. You have Kareem Muhammad
Okay.
with a space. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. Let us stop sharing. You can share your screen again.
Okay. Okay. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what you need to do right now, why do you have the percent %S in there? Just curious for line 27.
Um, when I was trying to look up how to write a welcome message with a name, I saw that some examples had that in there. Um,
Okay.
is it wrong to put that in there?
Um, no, I mean, I'm just trying to remember what that modifier did exactly.
Okay.
Um, because it certainly may work. I'm just okay. Oh, because you're formatting it. Uh, all right. Well, I think it's because you have it as a printf statement. That's why the percent %s you need that. Because let's say, for example, you're working with a decimal number. then you'd use %d, so on and so forth. But in this situation, because you're using printf, and
Hmm.
just so you know, I know. Let me know if for some reason you don't get something, or if you need me to slow down. I know I can talk a little bit quickly, so that's
Okay,
my
yeah,
bad.
no problem.
So what you need to know about printf is that printf, it is a formatting statement. That means you can add like different spaces and make it kind of stylized, or like stylish to a certain extent. You can personalize it a little bit more, add
Right.
spaces. It's not much, but it can do things. So that's what the formatting statement allows you to do.
Okay.
And so yeah. Oh wait, it does actually say output the length of the name. I do have that then. Okay. Just a question, Kareem. Did you have questions about substrings, or can we just focus mostly on the coding project? Because I think this is focusing on the coding project for you is likely going to be more helpful.
Yeah, we can just focus on a coding project.
Okay. If we have time, I'll try to cram something in, but I
Okay,
don't really
yeah, no
think we
problem.
need to. Frankly, I don't really think we need to focus on that. I think we should focus on what you need, and what you need is for this. Oh wait, I think I told the person the wrong thing. Okay, gotta revise that. Okay. All right. So let's scroll down again. Okay, so we've already done the hello Amy. So right now we need to figure out the length of your full name is, and then it's going to tell you how many characters it is. So scroll up. So, okay, so this is maybe an issue. Okay, what? Huh. Hmm. What you can do right now is, you know that per copy and paste the first name plus line 26, copy and paste the first name plus print the quotation mark thing, like the entire thing without the string name or the equal sign. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just copy that and then put it where you put name on line
Uh,
27. On line 27.
oh yeah, I'm tripping. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Sorry, let me be more specific. So where you put name in line 27, put that there.
oh, okay, got you.
I'm gonna try that. And then take out that space in line 26. Like the plus, quotation space, quotation plus. Yeah. Yeah, just keep that plus. Yeah, exactly. Scroll down and click submit again. Let's try that. Okay. You're doing throw statements. You don't do that. So the length of your full name is. Okay. Scroll up again. So I'm gonna probably keep telling you to scroll up and scroll down.
Oh man, this is no
Okay.
problem, man.
Yeah.
No problem.
Okay. So you want the int full name is equal to name dot length. Okay, wait. Does the dot length need a parentheses? I don't recall. Okay, no, it does. Wait, does it?
I think I remember seeing it needing parentheses, but I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
it probably does. In fact, Hmm. Okay, what you can do is instead of doing name dot length, try do first name dot length plus last name dot length. See if that works.
And then do I do last name dot link or
Yeah,
another line?
tenets. No, no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
on the same line. So plus last name dot length after, yeah.
Like this?
Yes, exactly like that. Now try it out. Please work. Oh, that's a bummer. Why is that not working? Oh, wait a second. Sorry, scroll back up again. Do you have a print statement for this? That's why. You don't have a print statement. Okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
need you to make a print statement right now. So click enter and then make a print statement. Yeah, just do dot print. Don't use printf, use print ln, L and then N.
Oh, okay. Is it a capital L in it? Or
No,
is
no,
it
no, it's just ln. So what
okay.
ln is, it's short for line. So what it'll
Mm,
do is when it prints out, it will it's basically the same thing as pressing enter and going down a line. That's basically
okay.
what it does. Yeah. So then you do the uh parentheses and then you put just put full name in quotation marks
Okay.
in the parentheses.
Oh,
Outside
in the
in the parentheses. In the parentheses, yes.
like this?
Yes, exactly like that. Now
Okay.
let's try that out. Hopefully that will work.
Oh, it only does this.
Okay, wait, no, that's my okay, scroll up again. Take out the parentheses. You don't need the parentheses. I just realized that'll just print out the name, the
Oh,
word
the
full name.
parentheses.
Yeah, take out excuse me, not the parentheses, the quotation marks. I don't know why I confused them. That's my
Oh,
bad.
okay. Oh, no problem.
Just take out the quotations and yeah, try that again. That should print out the number.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. It did. Okay. Let's just hash out the rough parts first. Okay, so go back up again. Okay. And we'll clean everything up later. Don't worry too much about that. So systems to print, enter your user. Okay, so you had to enter that. One second. What do they want? Did they ask you to enter your user?
Um. Oh, okay. So you saying like, did they type this, or is this somebody type?
I think that's your typing. Okay. Do me a
Yeah, it's my
favor. Just
typing.
take out the enter your user part. And just a piece of advice, whenever you're doing, whenever they ask you to, for some sort of something to be printed out, some sort of
Uh huh.
statement, like, for example, please enter your first name, please enter your last name, just do
Mm.
it exactly like that. You don't really need to add your own thing. Uh,
Oh, okay.
yeah, because they want it exactly. If you don't do it exactly, then you're gonna get points off, and when you really shouldn't, because you already have the gist of it down. It's just a matter of printing it out. So
Right.
you want to make sure of that. Okay.
Okay.
You can a simple way of doing that if you don't want to type it all out is just copy and pasting the statements from, for example, from like the programming project description. Just copy and paste the exact wording.
Okay.
That's your best chance. Okay, so for output the username, what they want from the username is okay. So this is when you're gonna use your substrings. Actually, So they want you the first initial, and then they want the last name. So what you're going to do is you're going to do another print statement for the output the username. So on line 35 at the end, just click enter and make a system.out.println statement. We're just going to use println for now, and then we'll clean it up later. Okay, so you told me you have a general idea of how to use substrings, correct?
Um, I forgot if what I'm thinking about in my head is a substring. You can
Okay,
maybe reiterate it to me.
what do you think is a substring? If you don't know,
Substring.
that's okay. Just let me know, like.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I don't know how to exactly explain it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what? That's okay. It's completely fine to not understand. It's no, honestly, it's all good. So what a substring is, it's essentially a part of a string. So for example, if I wanted Kareem, if I use your name and I
Hmm.
only wanted the first three letters, I could use a substring just to get car from it.
Oh, got you. Okay,
Yeah.
got you.
Okay. Now, what is one rule of thumb you should know in Java when working with numbers, or at least with like in terms of like using substrings, or like there's
Oh,
two rules of thumbs actually when you're
okay.
using them. Do you know what they are?
No, I actually don't.
Okay. So one thing, and this gets annoying sometimes, especially when you're working with matrices and linear algebra, but again, that's outside the scope, like way outside,
Right.
is that the first letter is actually at 0.
Okay.
Okay. So for example, if I wanted to print out Kareem, or I mean, excuse me, if I wanted to print out car from Kareem,
Hmm.
I'm just going to do, if like that was, if I had first name, so I'd do first name dot substring, and then in the parentheses I'd put a 0, and then I'd do a comma. And then the second number, what do you think the second number should be, Kareem?
One. Would it be one?
Well, I want the first three letters.
First three letters. So
Mhm.
three?
Exactly, 3. But it's not for the reasons you think.
Okay.
Because you want to do 3 because um in the real world that would technically be 4 letters, but in our Java world what you need to know is that the last number is actually not counted. So
Okay.
if I did like um if I did first name dot substring. Actually,
Hmm.
I'm gonna share my screen again so that I can see it better.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, where's the option to, let me take that out. Okay, so what we're gonna do right now. So we already have this. Now, what I want to do now is take n dot substring, substring, then make that equal to, okay, no, I'm gonna actually, and that's something else. Okay, so I want you to see something, okay? When you have 0 through 3, and let's just print out car. I want you to predict what you're gonna get when you print this out. When we print this out.
Uh, shouldn't we get yeah, should we get the first three letters of the first name?
Exactly.
Okay.
See, you're gonna get car.
Right.
If we did 0, 2, you get car. Now,
Right.
here's a
Okay.
mistake you could accidentally do. Let's say you did 1 and then you wanted to go 3, okay? And you wanted to say this is 1, 2, and 3. What you're gonna get? You're gonna get AR. Well, why to get AR? Because K is 0.
All
Because in
right.
Java, we start at 0, we don't start at 1. So K would be 0, A would be 1, R would be 2, R would be the second R would be 3, 4, 5, and then 6.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Makes
And
sense.
then remember that this actually wouldn't count. Okay. So let's say I wanted to print out your entire name with a substring. I'll actually have to go, despite the fact that your name is actually 7 letters, I would have to go from 0 to 7, even though in our brains that would technically be 8 letters, but for the computer, it's going to be 7.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Let's just say you thought you'd only work with 7. Then you'd be missing an M. And your name's not Carrie, so that wouldn't work. All right?
Right.
Okay. So let's go back to your screen. I want to see if you can try do that username part now.
Okay. Can you see it?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Okay. So the username. Let's see. Okay. Username. So. Okay. Okay. So for the user, they want the first initial of the first name
And
and
then
then
the
the
last
whole
name.
last name. Okay.
Exactly. So you don't really need to do a substring for the last name, but for the first name, you're going to need a substring.
Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, how did I already forget that? Hold on.
What? Just take it one step at a time. Okay, so what I want you to do now, backspace. Just backspace to the last line. Okay. Now I want you to go to the end of line 35
Okay.
and click enter. Okay. Now, what was the first thing I did?
You wrote out substring?
Well, I didn't necessarily write out substring. I actually declared a new string.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So just declare any new string. You can call it like a string and then call it first initial or F initial, whatever works. Exactly. Okay. Equals. And then now, what do you think you want to do next? You only want the first initial from the first name. So which string do you want to use?
Uh, first name string?
Exactly.
Right, okay.
Yeah. You want to use your first name string. So just type out no parentheses, just first name.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then dot substring.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, which number? So you want the first initial. So what number should you have in the parentheses?
Um, you said we want the first letter?
Yes, we want the first
Oh,
letter.
okay, so
Yes.
0.
0 and remember, think about it.
0, 0, 1? Or,
Exactly. Because
okay.
remember, you need to that second number doesn't count, right? You can just have a
Right.
0 there. It's not going to read anything. But you need like a range of values. That's why for 0, 1, that's only going to return you one letter.
Right, okay.
Okay? So now I want you to go. So now we have the string first initial. Excellent job. Now I want you to go to system.out.println on line 37 inside the parentheses. Now you want to concatenate the first initial and your last name string. So what do you think you should do?
Hmm. Okay, so you said we want to concatenate, if I'm saying that right, the first initial and the last. Oh, okay, so the first initial of the first name and then the last name. That's what you're
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
Okay, so Okay. Would we write out first name first? Would we do that first?
No. Well, think about it for a second. All we want is the first initial. Well, you just found the first initial in line 36. So what do you think you can do with that string?
Oh, we would write out first initial first.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Now
And
you want to concatenate. How do you concatenate?
I don't know how to concatenate.
Well, it is space plus space. That's what we did before in line 27. That's how,
Oh yeah,
that's how
yeah.
you
Okay,
managed to
that's what
get
it
first name
is.
and
Okay.
last name together, even though they're two different variables. Okay.
Like this.
You don't. Oh, no, no, no. You don't need the quotation marks because then what you're gonna do is you're gonna accidentally have a space in between the first initial and the last name. You don't want that. You want the first initial with the last name.
Okay.
Okay. Now click submit. See what you get.
Oh, okay. It says already defined.
Wait, you already defined first initial? Oh, you did. It's a char. That's why. Turn first initial into F initial.
S initial.
F.
Oh, F initial. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Now try that. And then in line 37, change the first initial into F initial.
Oh yeah, 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 I got it. Yeah.
Okay, scroll back up again. Okay, scroll down again. Okay, that's a little weird. Let's go back up again. Try this. In line 37, just put your standard in quotation marks. Just put your standard username is like right at the before F initial. Let's try that out.
Just put username.
No, no, no. Just write in quotation marks. Your standard username is,
Oh,
and then yeah, and then end it with the quotation marks. Yeah, and then do a plus. You need a plus. Yeah,
uh,
and then click submit. Hope that changes something. What? Scroll back up again. Or not all the way up. Just to where we were at. So we have output the new username. Okay, that is very weird. Hmm. Yeah, the F initial plus last name. So that should print out. Question, Kareem. What does this do?
Uh, what does what do?
This project.
Oh, okay. So I guess we're basically supposed to print out like the okay, so what I typed is this program will get the user's first and last names and output the first name with switch characters. Um I can let me
Oh,
pull
no,
up
no, no,
that.
no. The question is, when is it due?
Oh, what does it do? It's due for Tuesday, so
Tuesday. Okay, so we still have time. That's good. Okay, okay. So what we're going to move past that for now, because frankly, I'm very sure I'm correct, but it's not working, and I can't put my finger on it right now.
okay.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna skip that for now. And what you can do is you can go on to the problems and solutions blog in iCollege,
Hmm.
and you can ask Professor Service there or wait for someone, for one of your classmates to do it. And beyond that, I will try to see what I can do. Frankly, I'm not too sure what else to do because this seems fine. So it's kind of weird. But let's just move on to the initials, okay? Does that work for
Okay.
you? Or do you
Oh
want to
yeah, no
keep working
problem, no
on the
problem.
different name? Okay. So what we're gonna do now for the initials, so we want to print out the initials, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let's click, so go to line 41, press enter. Okay, so if we want to print something out, what do you think we should do?
When we do system out print ln.
Yes.
All right.
And then in the parentheses, now what we want is we just want the first initial and then the last initial with two periods in between, right?
Yeah.
Well, no. Remember, look at look at what is the expected. Do you understand what I mean by expected? Like what they want. So they want one period after the A and then one period after the J, excuse me. If it was, for example, Amy Jones. So
Oh, okay.
think about a way that you can get those periods in there. And remember, we're working with strings because we're printing it out. So what can you do?
Hmm.
Okay, so do you know what's going to happen if you printed that out?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, so that we don't have to go through this like submitting process over and over again. What you're going to get is it's going to print out the exact words first initial dot last initial dot.
Oh, okay.
Now, that is kind of a good thing though, because you did get the dots, you didn't get the letters. So how do you think you can get the dots?
Mm,
Think about it. You already printed out the dots when they were in quotation marks. So how do you think you could print them out again?
okay. But will we do it on another line? Or
Nope. No, you're overthinking this, man. Think about it. You already, okay. Yeah, actually, you know what? Click submit. Um, ah, oh no. Okay, so you're not gonna see that because it keeps throwing an exception. All right. I'm going to share my screen.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Okay, so that I can show you what is happening. Okay, so what you did, okay, sys out. Let me get the backlighting on my keyboard up. Okay, so what you did right now, and remember, you're still doing well. You're actually doing much better than I did, so don't worry too much about that, okay?
Really?
Yeah, man. No, look, I actually needed to get a tutor for comp sci because I frankly was just very clueless, and because of him, I am where I'm at today. That's the
Right,
only reason. I'm really grateful for his help. Um,
right,
and so that's why, like, I guess in a way to pay it forward, I do this to a certain extent. So yeah,
right.
yeah. So let's think about what you can expect from here when you do system.out.println. Yeah, first initial dot last initial dot. Okay, we're gonna print it out. Well, would you look at that? It printed out first initial dot last initial dot.
Hmm.
You
Wonder
see?
why it's not doing in the actual program. Why I didn't do that.
What do you mean?
So okay, so you know how you put it. Okay, so you know how I put the same thing in my report in the program report,
Oh yeah,
and
you didn't
but
get
it
that
didn't
printed
print
out.
it out.
Well, so the
Yeah.
problem is they're seeing a bunch of errors that may be due to previous code. That's why it's not letting you see it. Um, again, frankly, that's why I suggest again using Eclipse because you see this right here.
Hmm.
This will show you if you for some reason have errors. You see? So like let's say for example, I created some undefined variable called s and I didn't and do you see the two mistakes I made?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a semicolon here and I didn't declare it. So it's going to show me, hey, you need to put a semicolon at the end and you need to declare it as like an int or something like that.
Okay.
So that's why I suggest you do it there. And also so that you can see the printing results.
Okay.
So now what I wanted you to do earlier, you see this period?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens if you printed it out. Oh, it prints out, right?
Right.
Yeah, remember wherever anything prints out, it's down here in the console. So it prints out. Now, okay. Well, we're actually running out of time because it's 6:57. That's okay. I can work a little bit longer. So what we can do, let's take your name for example. I'm going to do your initials. Actually, wait, did you use a char?
Uh, I don't. I think so. I think so. I ended up using a char.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to do this for kicks and giggles. Why not? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take n dot substring and we're going to get your initials 0, 1. Okay. So what we can do is we can do car plus space plus space and then ma. That sounds like karma. Just notice that's on there. Now, you see what this is? These are your initials.
Right. Okay.
You see how I did that? So what I did is I didn't put the variable in quotations. I make sure to keep the variable outside because, as you know, if you put anything in quotations, doesn't matter if even if it's a line of code, it's going to print it out. So if I did, let's do another sys out. Sys out. Let's say, for example, I accidentally put this substring in here, or I would put, actually, yeah, no, let's say I put m, okay, because I wanted to get your last initial. I put it there, okay. What's it gonna print out? Tell me, Kareem.
I'm just gonna just print out my last initial, right? Oh, my last my
Well, no,
last
think
name
about it.
pre
It's between the it's between the quotations. So if it's between the quotations, it's going to print whatever it is directly. Look, see, it doesn't
Right,
even have
right,
your
right.
last initial. If I put an entire line of code there, it doesn't matter if it has some sort of function. It's going to print out the entire line of code. It's not going to do that code. It's just going to print it out. You
Okay.
see? So that's why, like, it doesn't matter whatever I write there. I say, hello world, how are you? It's going to print it out exactly. Even when I capitalize these O on accident, it's going to print it out exactly.
Okay.
Okay, does that make sense? So even if
Yes.
you put, so don't, if you put a variable in a quotation, don't expect whatever value is within that variable, whether it's a string, an int, a long, what have you. Don't expect it to print out that whatever value is in there. Expect it to print out the actual name. Okay,
Okay.
so we're gonna stop sharing. Um, Right. Let's go back to your coding project. I'll stay for a couple more minutes. That's fine.
Okay.
So, because we're working with chars and not strings, that's okay. So, what I want you to do right now, I want you to try and fix line 42. Remember what I did and try to fix it.
Okay.
Yes, sir. That's exactly. That's beautiful. Yep. And remember to take out the first quotation from in front of first initial. And then try and click submit. Hopefully this works. And it may not because of the previous errors we have. Yeah. I have a
Okay.
feeling. Saying an error, no such element. Uh, oh, I see the issue. Where did you get in.nextInt from?
Where is it?
Because you're I don't believe at any point you get. Okay, so this is what you have to do. Okay. So when it's saying, wait, why do you have that in.nextInt?
Okay, so when I looked in the Java textbook, it said to when you're working with a username or a name, or I might have found this online, or it might be a mixture of looking at some online and then looking at my Java textbook,
Okay.
and that's why I typed it.
Okay. Well, take it out. You don't need
Okay.
that.
Okay, cool.
Try it again. Click submit and see how it goes. That may have been the issue. Ah ha ha, there we go.
Oh,
Does that make sense now?
Yeah.
That was the issue the entire time. Okay. Now, now what I want you to know for this next part, because we're gonna have to end soon. What you're going to need to know for this last one is you're not doing anything different really than what you did for the previous two things that you did for the usernames or initials. Just remember two things: substrings and concatenation. Okay.
Okay.
So those are the main two things you need to remember. Uh, if you need any additional help for some reason it's not clicking, make sure to email me at any time. I will see what I can do for you. Um, and besides that, um, actually wait, I do need to we do need to go over one thing. So I need you to scroll down a little bit. So you see how it has this all these slashes, like the backslash backslash and then forward slash forward slash.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know why they did that?
No.
They're just trying to make a trap for you. Because what you have to understand is that a backslash is an escape character. Do you understand what that means?
No.
Okay. What an escape character does, okay, let me share my screen again. What an escape character does, it's actually very convenient. So let's say, for example, I wanted to explain, wait, why? Wait, is it that way or this way? Let's say I wanted to explain what happens in this print outline statement. Well, I could use an escape character, and we'll see in a moment if the slash will impact anything, because I may have used the wrong slash. What this will do, I'll just say this prints out Kareem's initials. Okay, now I need to backslash like this. Okay, that's my bad. Okay, so you need a double backslash. You see what happened? So if you have it there, you see how it's all colored? That means that this is in the code right now. Okay?
Okay.
But if you do a backslash, and this is the backslash, by the way, this is a forward slash because it's going forward, kind of. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you do a backslash and you do two, now it's going to be outside the code. So let's say, for example, so you see how it says "Hello world, how are you"? Let's say I
Yeah.
didn't want that anymore. I just click slash slash. Now it doesn't print out anymore. You
Okay.
see?
Yeah.
I want it back. Now I have it. Now, the reason why they were being tricky is because if you do the backslash, it's going to think it's going to be it's an escape character. So that's why you need to add an additional slash or two so that it'll actually record it
Okay.
when you're trying to print it out. Okay? Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yes.
Because I know one of your classmates, I think I need to go back and answer his question a little bit better. But one of your classmates was having trouble with that. So yeah, did this help today?
Yes. 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 It did. It did. It did.
Okay,
Um,
that's good. I'm
I
glad.
do have a question.
Yes.
So when you were doing these projects back in the summer, how did
Yeah.
you find like what did you do to help you? Like what helped you to figure out the actual
Okay.
project?
So what helped me? Why my video end? So oh my start. Okay. What helped me for these projects was definitely asking for outside help. So like what you're doing right now, going
Mm.
to someone who's done computer science before, that's definitely a good idea. There are other resources that Professor Service will recommend, such as Stack Overflow. Um, it is a very useful resource for finding code. Uh, but here's one thing you should remember, Kareem. I don't suggest going just trying to go all over the internet to find the project exactly. Obviously, you're
Mm,
not going to do that. Uh,
right,
I know you. I mean, you're probably one of like only a handful of students that have actually come to my SI sessions. So you're clearly
right.
working in the right direction. There's no doubt about that. But you want to avoid looking up the code because technically it's gonna, not technically, for the most part it'll be inaccurate sometimes. So like for example, that int that you had, that was likely a remember that int that I told you to delete from that one line,
Yeah, uh-huh.
that was causing all the errors. Now
Right,
if that came from an outside source, that's likely the reason why the entire code was kind of botched. Does that make sense?
right, right. Okay.
Okay, so definitely using Stack Overflow. I don't think I use that much personally, but I know Professor Service, she definitely suggests it. So look there. And
Is it a
other than
website?
that, yes, it's a website. It's called Stack Overflow.
Okay.
I can send you the link. One second. Yeah. So that's the website. I guess you maybe have to make an account. It won't take too long.
Right.
So definitely do that. And if you have like questions during the week, reach out to me or Professor Service. In fact, you should definitely reach out to Professor Service. She would be happy to help you. She is very busy, but she'd definitely be happy to help you. And also make sure to look around, especially on, so you know how you're using the Tutor Ocean to talk to me,
Yeah.
and get tutoring? There are a bunch of excellent tutors. On TutorOcean that do computer science beyond just me. So, and I
Uh,
believe it's free for the most part because it's all through GSU. I think GSU contracts them. I don't know how it works exactly, but I believe they're free. So definitely just look up CSC 1301 there and just book a session like a. I would suggest the 30-minute session. You want as much time as possible for these coding projects and just try to knock it out from there. Just like ask for their guidance, like how they would approach it. And yeah, does that help?
okay, cool. Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
excellent. But yeah, if you have any other questions, you already have my email. Just reach out to me. I will respond as soon as I can. Most likely within the hour, or at least within like this, it's at least same day. So
Okay, cool. All right, thank you, man. Take
yeah,
care.
of course. Yeah, you too. See ya. And that's the end of this. That's poor pixelation though. We.